Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
Out of our way! How's this?
Crumble! You're mine! You're finished!
If they rush you gotta jump for cover, okay?
You're mine! It's over!
This
one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! Leave it to you!
Trying to be nice.
Your power is a spectacle to behold.
I'm not trying to be dramatic with it.
Still, it's a part of you. Embrace it.
All aboard the victory train!
Overconfidence can bite you in the butt.
What's this thing?
Be a breeze. Get in, get out. It's over. Eat lead. Here I come. It's over. You're mine. It's over. I'm on it. Whirlwind, you're mine. Watch it.
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Take this. Bring it down. Eat dirt. My turn.
Annihilation!
Strike.
Hear me! Flame of
No
fury!
further.
Burning strike! Lightning orb! Now!
Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade.
Don't get complacent.
Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo. Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo. Maybe something's going on in the forest. Little help!
You're mine.
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
You're mine. Come one, come all. I'm not Megasonic blast. Explosive ring.
By the power of
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara. More for the stockpile. I'll heal you all.
Here I come. I'm just getting started.
Thunder heal. Hey, Leonard.
It's over.
Hey, one at a time.
Megasonic blast.
Raging storm.
You're mine. It's over.
I'm on a roll.
Eat this.
So those are Danon Astral Arts.
This could be useful.
A fish! You saw it too, right?
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. Hup. Looks like I lost it. Reel it in. I'll catch something bigger next time.
Nice work!
Hup. I've got something. Anybody could reel in that.
You sure know what you're doing.
Reel it in. Anybody could reel in that.
That went pretty well.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Done. This is sure to give the others some much-needed energy.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Where are you? Airborne beast. My special. I can carve through armor.
Lightning orb!
Flying free. What can be took
Now!
Still. In an instant. Impact block. My turn. You're mine. You're finished.
Ready to go! Where are you going?
Take this.
Feel!
Eat this. It's over.
Let's get you all tucked away!
Megasonic block. Internal devastation. Do it. All yours, Kisara.
Lightning control!
Not yet. Come on, dance.
Now!
I can feel my power growing!
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my arts! When he slows down, that's our chance! Take this!
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
Take this! It's over!
Here.
Now or never!
Raging Dragon!
I'm on a roll now!
Spirit Flame! Air Blast!
That's where you go! No further!
Into the shadows!
You're mine! First strike! It's over! Glimmer Dragon!
Thunder Blade!
Eagle Assault! Explosive Ring!
Reload! I'm out of ammo! I'm all stuffed up!
Dragon Swarm! I'm on it! Take this! Swallow Dance! Eagle Assault!
Now I'm real mad!
Crush!
Air Thrust!
Eternal Devastation! Swallow Dance! Here!
I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw!
Lightning!
Here I come!
Shining Supernova!
Here I come!
Flame of Terror!
get out of this! Do it! Finish! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course. Quite necessary when creating weaponry. Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Bad feeling about this.
It's over! Dragon Shell! Rising Phoenix!
Here he
Escape!
Leave the charge! I'm also good with airborne charges.
Shattering the wind!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for you and
Save you! Finish!
Searing flame! Remain in
Damn! It's over!
in the
I'm
sky.
just It's over!
Hit!
Blow them away!
Raging
Not a
cascade!
chance!
Sealed!
I'm not done!
Through here!
This one's all mine! Rinwell!
Demons descend!
Flashing bang!
Easy! Way to go!
Crush! Crush!
With this, I can become even stronger. It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah, we used to run up and down these slopes all...
Go no further!
Here I go! It's mine! This one's mine! I'll tear you apart!
You're mine!
Bullseye!
You're
Raging
finished!
Cascade!
Eat this! Come and
It's a
face
duel
it!
of the arts!
You're mine! It's
Raging
over!
Cascade! Mega Ray!
You got fires!
I've got this! Let a marksman
Prepare to be seized.
All yours!
Let's
You're finished! Eternal devastation! It's your son! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
Not a chance! Strike!
Dragon Shell!
You're mine! It's over!
That's what I get
For shooting too high.
You got this! No escape!
I'm on a roll now!
It's over! Eternal devastation!
We're in the home stretch, guys! What she said? Eyes on the prize! Do it! That focus so... This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Do it!
Something you want to...
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
We can really make weapons with this?
Hi, Hoodle!
One's all mine! It's over!
Confiscated!
It's over!
Eagle's Eye!
Huh? Ignite!
I never miss!
I'm not done!
Gale Force!
Crush!
Here, let me
Damn! Eternal devastation!
Eagle Assault! I'll finish you here and now! I'll be saving this!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that! Raging Cascade! Far enough!
It's over! Take this! It's over!
And again! Not in your dreams! Searing Flame! I'm almost finish you here and now!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more
We're in the home stretch,
Cut them
guys.
apart to your heart's content.
Eyes on the prize.
That focus goes double for you, Law.
Me?
No,
How come
come
I
on.
get singled out?
Now!
Blow them away! Now! You're mine! It's over!
Glacial Spear!
Talon Hurricane!
Haha! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Looks like trouble with a capital T.
Together, we got this!
You got me blood field!
Eternal devastation!
By the
Take
power
this!
of water!
You're finished!
Mega Ray!
No escape!
I'm just getting started!
Astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Let's go!
You're finished!
Photon Raging Cascade!
Smash you!
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Take
My
the
turn!
win!
Here I come!
I'm only
It's
getting
over.
started now!
This one's all mine!
Glacial Spear! Frozen!
Hammer!
My turn! Mirage! Megasonic!
Seems about right to me.
Hi, Hoodle!
Take this! Take this! First strike!
Sleep now!
You picked the wrong fight!
Here! I'll be saving you for
Strike!
Mega Ray! Annihilate
Take this!
Red! Mega
You're
Ray!
finished!
They're surrounding us! Gemini Aqua! Sleep now! Here's our healing art! This'll come in handy! Light Ardex Strike coming through!
Here I come! Now we're not...
I'm on a roll now!
You're mine!
The tide of battle has turned! That's the power of comrades in arms!
Here I come!
Right!
comrades in arms.
What? Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's heavy light.
Howling Hurricane! Ignite! I'm just getting
Now!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Here I go.
Not a chance!
I hope this thing is
medically
approved. I'll heal you
Dragon
out.
Swarm!
Ready and rare.
Explosive ring!
Did you just hear me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
Here I go!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
I won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
What's this thing?
I won't forgive you! I'll heal you all!
You're mine! You're finished! No further!
Healing circle!
Now I can let loose!
Glacial Field!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Right. I'm on it!
Watch this! Glacial Spear! Here's the evil! Freeze Lancer! This one's mine! Here! There! Now! Don't
All yours, Kisara! Now!
Do it! Star!
Now!
Where are you going?
Here I come! You're finished!
Hurricane! Do it! Sprinkler! Frozen!
Hammer! I've still got a ways to go!
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here. Quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
That's no ordinary enemy.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
You're mine!
Anything in order!
It's over!
Raging Cascade! First
You're
aid!
mine!
Glacial Spear! Here's the evil!
Explosive
Do
ring!
it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Raging Cascade!
You're mine! Now!
Radiant
Lunar Rondo!
Here, Brett!
Stardust!
In the wind!
Do it! Dohalim!
All yours, Kisara!
Not a chance! Lewis!
Sleep now!
Stardust!
Do it!
Lunar Rondo! Blow them away!
I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do.
Hey, when did I get so popular?
Don't mind if I do.
Glacial Spear! Here's the evil! Tempest Swirl!
Burn in hell!
Tear you apart! Here!
Here I come! It's over!
I'll heal you all! Thunderbolt!
Watch it!
Healing
Explosive
circle!
ring!
Lightning Healing! Flame of Fury!
You're mine!
Thunderbolt! Glacial Spear! Here's the evil! Air Thrust! Photon Lightning!
Explosive ring! Next!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more
I'm sorry to be
Cut them apart here. We've all got enough on our plate.
Yes, ma'am.
No
This
escape!
one's mine!
You're finished!
Photon now!
More! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Now! You're finished! Lunar Rondo! Mirage!
Dance in the Thanatos Field! Now! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Dance in the
Not a
wind!
chance! Stop it, Tom!
Air Thrust! Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
We should think about eating soon.
Really? Not all that hungry myself.
Don't make me say it again.
Yeah, good idea.
Through these lands most verdant green, my eye...
Gone! You're mine! Burn! Dragon Shake! I'll smash you! Strike!
One last raging cascade!
Strike!
In here!
Explosive ring!
Annihilation!
It's over! Crush!
Seal!
First strike!
I'll be safe
Here I
now!
come! It's over!
If it's in the sky, it's
Here I
mine!
come!
Do it!
It's over! In an instant! Impact block! Not a chance! I'm not done! Dragon Swarm!
This one's mine!
Dragon Shell! Take this!
Do it!
Swarm!
Get toasty!
Bird Strike!
That's quite the technique.
You need me? I'm there.
Backing down! Ignite!
By the power of water! Here is
You're finished! I'm on it! Take this! You're finished! Take this! Okay, here I go!
Here I go!
Here I come!
Lightning raging cascade! Sealed!
Explosive ring!
Get on in there with the others!
We've turned the tables on him.
There are still more left!
Right. No time to hold back.
Fantastic! Great! Amazing!
Shut up, Law! I'm trying to focus!
I was only trying to be nice.
Your power is a spectacle to behold.
I'm not trying to be dramatic. Still, pardon me. Go for it!
Prepare to crumble. They've got me surrounded.
I'm already getting
Dragon Swarm! I'm on!
Here comes
Try this!
Mega Ray!
Explosive ring!
Now!
Remote!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Shot!
Well done!
Now! Shot!
Now!
Remote!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
This is barely target practice.
Then why bother fighting them?
Because I certainly won't run away from a battle.
misread the landing. Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me, why? said you were looking for me. Why? Beautiful, precious life. What the? That is all I desire. Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? Here I come! Strike! Dragon Force! Ignite!
Enemy weakened!
Why'd you heal me?
This ends now! Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal!
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
You're finished! Too much! I'm not done! Dragon Force! No! Can't end here!
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss.
Lightning raging cascade!
Fall.
Radiant dance to the wind! I'm out of ammo!
You're mine!
For the stockpile!
Here I come!
Here's a hero!
Here I come!
Take this.
Far enough! Annihilate!
Take this!
Dance to the wind!
Dragon Force!
Now,
You require a hand.
I owe you one.
Gale Force!
Take this.
Where would that go from?
Now enjoy.
And again!
I can carve through You'll pay for that! Here we go again! Whirlwind of rain!
Where are you going?
Eat this! Here I
I'll
come!
bring you back.
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time. Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Dahnan astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Niez, the capital of Mahag Saar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest. Hey.
To stop you dying?
Flying free! Why can't they just sit still? The enemy
Shion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
It's over! Blow away! Take this!
In here!
You're finished! You're mine! It's over!
Don't mind if I do!
Here I come!
They've got me in their
We're
sights.
cleaning house.
Let me take the rest of them!
Well, someone's feeling lively. Here's evil! Freeze Lancer!
Dragon Shout! Take this!
Eagle! In here!
Here I come!
Here's evil!
First strike! Eat this!
Freeze Lancer!
It must take guts to fight without a weapon.
I'm not brave. I just do what I have to.
If you're ever in a pinch, just say the word.
Your power is a spectacle to behold. Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Guess I misread the landing.
Let's dispose of the trash.
It's over!
Denied!
Glimmer blade! Take this! Let's get you all up to
Double demon
Here
fang!
goes! Mega
Take it!
Blade!
It's over! Lightning thrust!
Mega
Pesky
Blade!
airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Burn!
Radiant here!
I'm not done!
Swallow dash!
Here I come!
Eat this!
Okay!
Let them mark me!
Rip it away!
Now!
Come on!
Redwell! Astral energy! Full throttle! Dance in the
Now!
wind!
You're mine!
In here!
You're on!
Radiant here! All tucked away!
Take it!
You made quick work of them.
Here I
Want me to pick up your slack then?
Just pointing it out.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pulling.
Cut them apart here!
Nicely done.
Right, here goes! You're mine!
Laser spear! Here's evil! Not in your dreams! I never miss!
Take it!
I can handle it! Supernova! Mega Ray! Up and in! Let's go! Do it! Raging Cat! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble. I'm like baking them. Now you see what I can. I'll finish you here
You're
and now.
mine!
In the wind!
It's over!
And
Double
blast!
demon fang!
Photon blast!
Astral
That's my cue!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade. See that?
That training's paying off!
I'm even stronger than before. It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
This one's mine! Glimmer blast! In here! Reload! Let the marksman handle this! Blah, blah, blah! Crossblade! Gemini All-Star!
You're finished!
You see what happened there as you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
It's
In here!
over!
Double
Demon fang!
Now I'm in the
Fluid
Healing circle!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
First strike!
Demon
You're mine!
Healing
You're finished!
flame of fury! Burning
Here I come!
You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back. Phew, what a rush.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Come and face me!
Light after
Take
lightning!
this!
Not on my watch!
It's over!
Spear! Here's the evil!
You're mine! It's over!
Freeze lantern!
I can carve through armor!
Tempest Swirl! Roll in that case! Searing Flame! Reload!
Take this!
These enemies aren't to me!
No complaints
Do
here!
it! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Not a chance! Ignite!
Raging Cascade!
Do it!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Dance to
No!
this one's mine!
I'm not done!
In here!
Lunar Rondo!
Annihilation! Let's get you
Start
out!
a rocket
show! Do it!
Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Well, looky here!
What's with that shining Oh, over there.
knock you through!
It's over!
This one's mine!
Here I come! It's over! Double Demon Fang! Here I come!
Do it!
It's more! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off! Soda!
I'm all stuck up!
I'm on it!
Luna Rondo! Here I come!
Denied!
You picked the wrong
The
fight!
tide of battle has turned. That's the
Now.
power of comrades.
Frozen!
Hammer!
No! I'm on it! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I've been doing really great lately.
Gone! Take this!
Here I come!
Lightning orb!
No escape! Double Demon Fang!
Mine! And here goes!
Not today!
Let's get you all tucked
You're
away!
mine! You're finished!
Light astral energy!
Try it!
Hear it now!
Explosive ray!
There you go! Don't let up! Hear me!
Megasonic Swoop! This is looking good!
Here's the eagle! Shining forward! Freeze Lancer!
Take this!
Healing circle!
I owe you one! Try harder! Not a chance! Not a chance!
Lightning orb!
No escape!
More where that came from!
That's what I like to hear! That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
I've got a really bad feeling about this!
Can't get out of this!
Healing circle!
I'm not done!
Hey, what? Do they not
take
teach
you
you to
all
say
on.
thank you, Indiana?
Eat
Not
this.
to a Renin, they don't.
Let's do it!
Lightning orb!
Hey! Blow them away!
Now! Take this!
Armor won't save you!
Annihilate!
Come on!
Flame!
It's over! Double Demon Fang!
I'm just getting started!
Prepare to be seated. Actually, perhaps now is more appropriate.
Let's talking, more doing. Art field!
this.
Do it!
Bring up!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
I'm not done!
Confiscated!
Eat this! I'll run you
Healing
through!
circle.
Do it!
I'm not done!
Thank
Go
you.
with me! In an instant! Impact Block! Take this!
My astral energy!
It's over! This one's all mine!
This!
I'm not done! Burn!
Eagle Fly! Run well! Demons descend! Flashing Fang!
I need to be stronger.
This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
that big tower over there?
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
I'd like to check their wares, if you don't mind.
everything's going pretty well so far.
Done. This is sure to give the others some much-needed energy.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. We'd best get ready for tomorrow.